On the Newshour Tonight big panel we have tonight, Capt M P Sharma, former employee of Kingfisher Airlines, is live with us from Delhi. He's there on the top left of your screen. With us in the studio in Delhi is Capt Khalid. Bejon Misra, consumer expert, citizen voice Jitendra Bhargava, formerly with Air India, Danish Ali of the JDS. He was among those people who put Vijay Mallya there in the Rajya Sabha. Now he tries to deny it. Aryama Sundaram of the Supreme Court joining us in a few minutes. See Rajashekharan of the Madras High Court. Parag Tripathi, senior advocate of the Supreme Court, say Vijay Mallya has not fled. In the striped shirt there is Arun Kumar Singh, former General Manager, Special Projects of Kingfisher Airlines. He's been former Executive Director to Dr Vijay Mallya, and Dr Bimal Soni of the Rajasthan Cricket Association knows him well. The debate is open. Mallya has escaped whether we like it or not. We heard the Attorney General out there. Now my question is, Jitendra Bhargava, who let him escape? My own view is the politicians let him escape. The political class of this country let him escape because it's the politicians who really are sitting there on top taking the decisions. If they wanted to, they could have made it difficult for him. They let him escape and are now pretending they were even concerned in the first place. Jitendra Bhargava.
You see, the undeniable fact is that he's outsmarted our agencies. Be they banks or be they ED and CBI.
He's outsmarted them, or the politicians have outsmarted them?
He's outsmarted with whoever support it is, which needs to be examined. Now, it's very clear that if we really want to get after him, there is a need for a dedicated team which is focused and accountable.
You think this government is serious?
And getting the money.
You think this government is serious? You think this government is serious about it?
Unless look, the fact is what has happened in the last 1 month.
I don't understand. The CBI doesn't know. The fact of the matter is, you know, let's look at the facts out here in this particular case. Bejon Misra, the CBI knew everything. The CBI had a lookout notice against him, right? After the lookout notice, the man walks away from the airport like he's going to Rome for a holiday. He's like any other tourist. He walks out. I mean, how is it?
Arnab, it is clear. Arnab, it is clear. That there is a deep conspiracy. There is a deep conspiracy. Even the person who stamps in the immigration is involved. Everybody is involved. There's a chain of people who today would have to be exposed in your channel, who are responsible for this, person fleeing away from the country. With a kind of a red alert. Not a single person can ever get away from the airport.
Okay, what's up, Mr. Rajashekharan? Why do you disagree? Why do you disagree, Mr. Rajashekharan?
No, there was no lookout. See, if there would have been a lookout notice, the immigration authorities, the airport authorities would have arrested him and caught him. So that itself is wrong information you are passing.
Bigger disclosure. That's a bigger disclosure.
No, the CBI has confessed.
No, sorry.
The CBI has confessed.
Meeting in
London, CBI has confessed.
He has left as
to the Attorney General that there was a lookout notice.
He left the country as per his schedule.
He has left the country. 1 second. Can I make a point here? Viewers,
no, there was.
Mr. Rajashekharan. All right, I heard you. Mr. Rajashekharan. Mr. Rajashekharan, 1 minute. Mr. Rajashekharan, I have my facts here. I'll just quote a couple of facts to you. I think Capt Khalid wanted to come in. Yes, Capt Khalid, what were you saying?
Yeah. See, if there was a lookout notice, then it is definitely a default at the airport for him to have been able to go. But here the default is not only of the chairman, but where is his CFO? Where is his CEO? Where is the management? Where is the board of directors? Where are the auditors who audited his account every year, every quarterly report? Where is the CAG, which is supposed to be doing the accounting for the State Bank of India and IDBI?
Everything.
Well, I'd say
these people.
Can I add to that?
No,
can I add to that?
4,000 crores of his own money,
just a minute, Mr.
Sir, without that, no bank will give him
Mr. Rajashekharan.
He has invested 4,000 crores.
Mr. Rajashekharan.
No, he has consider. You see, 4,000 crores.
Mr. Rajashekharan, this man has taken a decision.
And takes away 8,000 crores. Invest 4,000 crores, takes away 8,000 crores.
No, this man has taken a decision. He has sat down there.
He
has gone to Parliament. He has gone to Parliament. Mr. Rajashekharan, let's not.
The bank was willing to give him loan.
Okay, Mr. Rajashekharan, I heard you.
No, bank was not willing to give him loan.
Move on to the others.
Bank was not willing to give him loan.
Mr. Rajashekharan, I heard you. No, please. I said no, Mr. Rajashekharan. You don't interrupt everyone. The fact is, viewers, here's what I think. Mr. Rajashekharan, I'm requesting you, please.
He didn't drop.
Mr. Rajashekharan, 1 minute, please. You see, a decision has been taken by Vijay Mallya. And Vijay Mallya says, I am going to be a Lalit Modi. I am not going to be a Subrata Roy. when I analyze this whole case, Bimal Soni and Danish Ali, I find frightening similarities between the case of Lalit Modi and Vijay Mallya.
It is a bad legal advice.
I can share it with you. I find it's almost as if the same person has advised both of them.
Exactly.
And I'll be more blunt about it. It's almost as if there is the same mind behind both of them. Somebody is giving them the same strategic and legal advice, Danish Ali. You know what I'm talking about. How is it that the system works belatedly for both Vijay Mallya and Lalit Modi? I'll give you one example, Danish Ali. In the 4th of March 2011, viewers, please note, be with me on this. On the 4th of March 2011, Modi's passport gets revoked following an enforcement directorate complaint. And this is almost 4 months and 25 days after the Interpol notice is issued against him, and when he has already left for London, Danish Ali. Now, in March 2016, the banks approached the court to get Mallya's passport impounded after he has taken the flight to London. So let me ask here, Danish Ali, what do Vijay Mallya and Lalit Modi have in common? Is it the fact that they both had financial allegations against them at the time that they both fled to foreign shores? If it is, how did the system allow both of them to do it? Please tell me, Danish Ali. I have many comparisons between Lalit Modi and Vijay Mallya, and I'm asking the question, appears to me tonight, that the same people are advising both these guys. The same people, is exactly the same pattern all over again.
Arnab.
Same pattern, Danish Ali.
Not only advising, but also executing.
Yes, Danish Ali.
Analysis is your analysis is near about correct. Without the support of the officials, or without the support of the government, political leadership, the Lalit Modi or Vijay Mallya could not have ran away from the country.
It's the point I'm making.
And it is because of media pressure only that even 2G scam was exposed. People should remember it. Otherwise, that has been looted. And today, this is not the question of only 7,000 crores.
Yeah.
This is larger game.
Yeah.
5 lakh crore NPAs are there. Vijay Mallya is just the tip of the iceberg. Vijay Mallya is just the tip of the iceberg. 5 lakh crores of people's money has been looted. And if pressure is not there,
Danish Ali
has to play a major role. Otherwise, these 5 lakhs crore will go in.
No. So Danish Ali, and by the way, the debate is open. Let me also go to Capt M P Sharma, former employee with Kingfisher Airlines, Arun Kumar Singh, Bimal Soni, Mr. Rajashekharan. You feel free to come into the debate whenever you want to, because I'm not taking turns. I am continuing to compare tonight Vijay Mallya as the new Lalit Modi. And my second point tonight is, what do these people have in common? Viewers, I'm asking you this question. Is it their politically connected good offices? Both Lalit Modi and Vijay Mallya had a huge number of friends in India's political establishment. If that is the reason, is it outside the realms of possibility that these officers moved away to allow both of them to get away at a time when there are mounting allegations against them? The politicians allowed Modi to get away, Lalit Modi. The politicians allowed Vijay Mallya to get away.
Arnab, may I come in, please?
Yes, please come in. Please come in.
And another common thing is both are linked.
Go ahead. I think
both are linked to the cricket.
Sharma wants to come in as well. Captain Sharma, please.
It's a game
Captain Sharma.
And big shots are
which I want to make it here, Arnab.
Yes, Captain Sharma.
He owes a lot of money to the government organization, to the government treasury. We had raised this issue about 1 year back. It has been 1 year. I had put a complaint to the Prime Minister of India. And today, if person runs away, it appears to be a system failure. I would say it is a system failure. If the person has run away, I have complained, I had documentary proof, I had submitted. So we are somehow losing faith in the system. It is, we are the law-abiding citizens of our country, and the person who flouts all rules, and the gentleman, he gets away without any problem. There is nobody does anything about it. I had lodged a complaint. I had written to Prime Minister of India. Nobody lesser than him.
Here. So if that were to be the case, I think one second. I think Arun Kumar Singh wants to come in. He's been formerly executive assistant to Vijay Mallya. He wants to say something. Yes, Arun.
Hi. Thank you, Arnab. Arnab, first of all, I'm not speaking on behalf of Vijay Mallya. I don't work for him. I'm not employed by any of the UB Group companies. But however, Arnab, there is a small point I would like to make is he's not an absconder. Number one, the petition was prayer was made technical.
You're being technical on whether he's an absconder.
To impound his passport.
No,
and what I've been told,
why is he not in India?
I'm not being technical.
Why is he not in India?
Practical.
Why he doesn't face the public?
Why is he gone to London?
He is an absconder.
Can I please answer that? Can I please?
Bejon, you can respond after you finish.
Answer that. You asked me a question. You asked me two questions. Why is he not in India?
Yeah.
See, I've known that man personally for 10 years. I've traveled with him to different parts of the world. His travel pattern is exactly like that. I mean, today he's here, tomorrow he's in some other country. It doesn't mean that he's running away from something. I mean, the man travels like 300 days out of 365 days. So
that's
what if he has gone to
come on then.
I mean, how did we arrive to that?
Sorry, Bejonda.
No, that doesn't hold water now. That doesn't hold water now. He has criminal breach of contract with the employees. With everybody who
is running away from the law?
Because he has not paid. He has not paid to the people who he needed to be paying for. You see, we have lost faith in him. He knew that. He was not meeting his employees. He was promising people that he will settle everything, which he never did. So why did he run away? He is an absconder. As per our definition, he is an absconder. We don't want to get into your definitions of who's not an absconder. Your definition does not hold good. He was not a normal person. He was not doing the normal
Bejon Misra.
He is not a normal person.
That's Bejon Misra.
He is not a normal person.
My definition does not hold good.
He fled.
So does your definition also.
Arun Kumar Singh. Arun Kumar Singh.
He got scared.
Arun Kumar Singh.
Arun Kumar Singh. He needed to pay.
Arun Kumar Singh. The point made is very simple. Bimal Soni and Parag Tripathi haven't come in. They're free to come in. My point is this. The Central Bureau of Investigation could seize the passport of Surya Pharmaceuticals Suhail Goel after a case had been registered for an alleged fraud against the State Bank of India. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. A case was registered against Surya Pharmaceuticals Suhail Goel for an amount of 157 crores. So his passport was seized. I want to know, the people of this country want to know, why was Vijay Mallya given special treatment? Because he has political friends? Because he has journalist friends? Because he has bureaucrat friends? Because he parties with them? That's the point.
Special treatment has been given.
Watch it. Bimal Soni, please. The matter
went to the Supreme
Court. Bimal Soni, please.
The matter went to the Supreme Court. If somebody is under
Arnab, I am very clear.
Yeah, Bimal Soni.
Right, the Supreme.
Bimal Soni.
Yeah, I am very clear, Arnab.
Supreme
morally, Mallya was wrong.
In this case,
legally, he is trying to circumvent the law. I agree with what you are saying, that he should not have left the country, but I am not sure whether he has left the country for good or he has gone on his routine. But definitely,
16 pieces of
CBI had put up a case. Yes, that's what I am saying. So what I am saying is, whatever he has done to the employees, whatever he has done in taxation, TDS, employees' payments not being done on time, TDS, sales tax, service tax not paid. These are all
Bimal Soni. Answer one question. One question. What do Vijay Mallya and Lalit Modi have in common?
I don't think so. There's something in common.
Of course, there is a lot in common. What is in common is the fact that the system colluded to allow them to flee. What else would explain, Bimal Soni, the fact that every important agency in this country went slow on them for the longest time in both these cases? Is it the fact that they both got away despite their serious financial wrongdoings, despite being in the public glare? And is it their politically connected good offices? If it is it outside the realms of possibility, Bimal Soni, that these good officers in the political level allowed both of them to get away at a time when they were mounting allegations against them? Is it the fact that one continues...
Arnab, let me answer this.
Yes, go on. Answer it. Answer it and then Parag Tripathi.
I'm telling you, these are not the same cases. Lalit Modi conducted the tournament IPL in June, July and then left for the country after he was accused of financial bungling in IPL contracts.
I think you're getting a counter coming in from Jitendra Bhargava. I just want to tell you factually you are incorrect, because in October 2010 the Enforcement Directorate had issued a blue corner Interpol notice against Lalit Modi for breaching Fmr violations as IPL chief. 6 years later he continues to live lavishly and openly in the UK. So what we are talking about is wealthy, well-connected law evaders who run off to London to duck accountability and answerability in this country, who have fled with money from India. They seem to be getting the same legal advice, the same political advice, the same bureaucratic advice. At some point this government will have to be answerable. Jitendra Bhargava.
Look at it.
Jitendra Bhargava and Parag Tripathi.
They're not even willing to face the law. They are guilty. They ought to be facing and answering the investigating agencies. Second is, it is ironical that even today we have Vijay Mallya's apologists on shows who believe that he has done no wrong. The fact is, you have a mountain of evidence that where has he gone wrong, and if he says on a particular day, I have not absconded, and then you suddenly find that he is not available in the country, number one, and number two, why did the banks go to the Supreme Court? Because they apprehended such a move on his part. And how can this be denied? Because they were not foolish that they will go to the Supreme Court for getting his passport impounded or blocking his exit from the country. Clearly, there was something in the offering and the banks could scent it. The only unfortunate part is they ought to have done it much earlier. That's the regrettable part.
It tells us about the system. Parag Tripathi, I want you to come in. Parag Tripathi, has Vijay Mallya, in your view, been inspired? Welcome, Aryama Sundaram. Has Vijay Mallya been inspired by Lalit Modi? Parag Tripathi, it appears to me he has.
Look, the way I look at it is that he has left the country now is a certainty. The matter is sub judice in the Supreme Court. If the Supreme Court were to direct tomorrow, we don't know what it will do, but if it was to direct tomorrow that he comes back to India or he surrenders his passport, I believe that that order will be complied with, because the Supreme Court has a way of ensuring that its orders are complied with. But yes, he is running away. There are two separate issues, Arnab, here. One is at a moral perception and at a public perception. One is the technical legal position. There are many times that these two don't exactly overlap. That doesn't mean that the moral perception is wrong.
No, in this case they do.
What it does mean is...
No, in this case, Parag Tripathi, they do. It's not about... My issue is not just about how a person with a lookout notice from the CBI can waltz out of the country. That's not my only issue here. And neither is my issue only one of morals and propriety. My issue is also technical. The FIR was filed in the IDBI case. Aryama Sundaram, please come into this. In July 2015, Vijay Mallya was interrogated in December 2015. What was the CBI doing since then?
Yes.
If the CBI asked for the letter rogatories to be issued in July 2015, what came out of that process? If the CBI issued a lookout notice against Mallya, was it oversight that he was allowed to flee, or was it deliberate connivance that ensured that the lookout notice did not apply to him? You see, if you look at it, Aryama Sundaram, if you look at the manner of his exit, somebody is tipping this fellow off. You see, the lookout notice is issued just about 48 hours before Vijay Mallya flees. Somebody has tipped off Vijay Mallya that you have a lookout notice against you. So unless you get out of the country quickly, it is entirely likely you will not be allowed to get away and you will be sharing the next cell to Subroto Roy. Somebody, Aryama Sundaram, has tipped him off. Otherwise, he calls the airport at 11:30 and says, I want to be on the 1:15 flight, rushes to the airport in 100 minutes with 11 pieces of baggage and just flies out of India. This is not a man. That's why I don't buy, Arun, I don't buy your argument that he's just another man travelling on another journey. He fled India, no doubt about it. Yes, Aryaman.
Exactly.
Aryaman.
Arnab, we often say, that conspiracies are hatched. Can I?
Yeah, Aryaman.
I've been asked a question. May I continue? We often say that conspiracies are hatched in darkness.
Yeah.
So you can never really have any direct proof of anything. We can only come to a conclusion based on compelling inferences arising out of circumstances. Let's look at facts here very, very clearly. This is not something new. It's not something which popped out of the cupboard yesterday. This is something which has been going on for years. His financial dramas have been front page news for the last 8 years, 7 years. Despite that, banks have decided to continue giving him money, have bought his shares at premium, have also not checked as to where the monies were going. In all ways, it really leads to an inference that either these bankers are totally blind and do not really bother about any kind of diligence, or there is some kind of favoritism being shown here, is an inference that a reasonable person could reach. Now add to this, nothing is done, CBI inquiry comes in, everything else is going on still. These banks who rushed to court on 2nd March suddenly, as though they had been come up with a brainwave, did nothing till then. Cases have been going on, been adjourned from time to time, did nothing. Suddenly on 2nd March they say, my God, there's a chance that something might happen unless we do it. And so they decide to rush on 2nd March. And quite strangely, at about the same time, this gentleman decides to pack up his suitcases and go out of the country. Knowing fully well, as everybody knew, that these were the kind of applications which are going to be filed. Now, looking at the whole picture together, it is very, very clear, as far as I'm concerned, that inferentially, reasonably, it can be concluded that there is definitely some kind of complicity in the giving and continuing giving of loans, in the financial assistance which was being given after everybody knew this company had gone down the tube. At every given stage, they even bought his shares at a premium of a loss-making company. This has been done. And then finally you take no action for years and years. One day wake up and say, guess what, we're going to take action. Give him enough time for him to get out of the country. Now, whether he got out of the country because he has a very important meeting in London which he has to attend,
that's not true.
To come back here day after tomorrow, I don't know. Time will tell. Time will tell. Maybe he'll come back. If you ask me, the inference is such that I think we have another Lalit Modi situation.
Well, I think there's a minister, ex-minister. There's an ex-minister who's believed to be very close to Vijay Mallya. That ex-minister is also close to many politicians. That ex-minister and his political friends must also ask themselves tonight, did they not know? Did nobody know? All the people out there who were enjoying his patronage for all these years, they did not know. And what's worse, if I can add to what you said, and Danish Ali, I want you to come in, and Captain Khalid, I want you to come in. It's almost as if somebody is sitting beside Vijay Mallya and saying, Vijay Mallya, has Diageo paid you $40 million? Because the deal with Diageo, where he's paid 516 crore, $75 million, is signed on the 25th of February. 25th of February. Around the 29th or 27th of February, the CBI issues a lookout notice against him. Within 48 hours of that, the man flees India. I say somebody inside the system. Somebody inside the system is tipping off and helping Vijay Mallya.
Absolutely.
That's the point tonight.
Arnab, I say...
Yes, Captain Khalid.
Yeah, I say it is not somebody, but everybody inside the system has helped him to do whatever he has done till date. And the problem is that he has gone. If he doesn't come back, which is a very strong case, then who is going to pay the money to the employees, even if they were to go to the justice system? So by this way of his departure, the entire justice system has failed. It is incompetent to give the justice to us if Dr. Vijay Mallya does not come back to India. And the reason that he went out of India is because the government agencies allowed him to go. If the government agencies would not have allowed him to go, we were looking forward to having an amicable settlement. There is a very big chance if he doesn't come back, then all our money is gone. Does the government, and its government takes the responsibility to pay our money back in case he doesn't come back? And the second thing is, why do people earn so much of money? 7,000 crore rupees will have to be loaded in something like 100 trucks. 100 truck load of money is 7,000 crore rupees. It is gone in the air. Nobody knows where it has gone. Wherever it is stacked for the inheritors. So why don't we catch hold of the inheritors?
You see,
because
Vijay
if the
Mallya,
inheritors are caught, this money is of no use to them.
My sources tell me that Vijay Mallya, I want Danish Ali to come in. I think Mr. Rajashekharan and Bejon also wanted to come in. Vijay Mallya was interrogated by the CBI in December 2015 for 2 days. I was told by top CBI officials he was absolutely non-cooperative. Why did the agency never bother to call him back for further questioning? Did the CBI go into deep freeze, or did somebody tell the CBI, please be quiet? So obviously there was pressure on the CBI. The banks were not listening to the CBI. The man had big political friends. And look at the timing of it. Vijay Mallya, Bejon Misra, was given the leeway to escape from the country even when petitions concerning the impounding of his passport, his arrest and full disclosure of assets were to be scheduled on the 28th of this month. Arun says on the program he's gone for a business meeting. Rubbish. He says he's gone for a business meeting. This is rubbish. The man has fled.
No, I
never said that.
No,
you said this is another piece of travel.
I never said.
You said that is normal style.
You said this is normal travel.
That's a usual style.
I never said. I said
Bejonda.
Bejonda.
I think we all heard you.
He tried to make us feel that it is one of his normal visits.
Yeah.
No, it was all well timed to him. There was evidence that he was being zeroed down on, and he could have been caught red-handed, but he vanished.
I'm just asking.
Unfortunately, that is the kind of legal advice we get in the country.
Please, I have not spoken.
And that is
Arnab, please allow me a minute.
Okay, there are two Kingfisher employees right now on air, please, tonight. On the left-hand side of your screen is Arun Kumar Singh. He's been former executive assistant to Vijay Mallya. On the right-hand side of your screen is Capt Khalid. He's a former employee of Kingfisher Airlines, and I'd like them to debate. Yeah, Arun, make your point quickly here, please. You know, the point is the man who has been evading his responsibility of paying back thousands of crores of taxpayer money. What's your defense for him?
No, there is no defense. I don't speak of on behalf of Dr. Mallya or on behalf of Kingfisher Airlines. I left that organization in 2010. I was called today by Times Now to give my opinion and views about it, and here I am. All right, so I'm not talking on behalf of anyone. I'm not defending anyone. All I'm asking is,
but you said he's not an absconder.
That Vijay Mallya is absconded today by traveling whenever he travelled. Okay, allow me to finish. Allow me to finish, sir.
I do agree that
Captain Khalid,
style of traveling.
Captain Khalid.
And he does travel with 15, 16, 20 suitcases. There is, and this is the way he goes around globe-trotting.
No, watch. Let him complete.
It is his normal style, but this time the timing is absolutely wrong.
Allow me to finish, sir. Allow me to finish just one more point and you can take over. And then you can take over. Sir, then you can take over. Allow me to finish the second point, sir, and you can take over. Otherwise, we'll be talking over each other. The second point is, which law has been broken or violated today or whenever he has travelled outside the country?
I'll tell you which law has been. I'll tell you which law.
If these two answer.
If your question is on laws,
several laws have been broken.
If your question is on laws, I'll let Danish Ali come in. Danish Ali, do you today regret?
Talk technical.
Danish Ali wanted to come in. Danish Ali of the JDS put Vijay Mallya in the Rajya Sabha. Go ahead. Yes, Danish. Danish ji, come.
Arnab, let me once again remind you that we sole were not responsible to send Vijay Mallya to Rajya Sabha. In 2002, we were having only 4 MLAs in Karnataka Assembly and it needs 47. So BJP and Congress both collided and sent him to Rajya Sabha. In 2010, BJP gave 30 MLAs, we gave only 27 MLAs. Number one. Number two, another thing is that this issue has once again proved that CBI is still a parrot in cage. It has not been independent. And
employee Danish Ali, we are not really bothered who is parrot and who is not parrot.
High links of
is the law of the land competent enough to compensate for my losses and all the losses of the employees?
That is what I am saying.
What is the mechanism? If the person is out of the country, then what is the mechanism by which justice can be given to people?
The similarity between what Arnab said, what are the similarity? Add one more similarity, that Vijay Mallya is involved in cricket game also, just like Lalit Modi. And CBI is still taking orders from their political bosses.
Okay.
Now let's not make let's not make it which politics. What we are interested is that, you know, the people who have suffered the loss, people who are supposed to be paid, political parties, political leaders should tell us how do they plan to give our money back, how to compensate the employees, and thereafter look at the PSUs, bankers. Bankers were doing business with Dr Vijay Mallya. I wasn't doing business. They could suffer business loss, but I should get my money back, and all the employees should get money back.
Employees.
MP Sharma also of Kingfisher wants to say something to you.
Their money back.
Danish Ali, MP Sharma, former employee Kingfisher Airlines. MP Sharma, please. Mr. Sharma, go ahead. Mr. Sharma, go ahead. Mr. Sharma.
Me, I have flown for this airline for 6 years. I have flown for this airline 6 years. 6 years I have flown. I have seen the load figures, 80% in the aeroplane. As a captain of the aeroplane, I have seen that load. All this airline was profitable. Where is the money gone? Where it is? Why all these employees have been left so dry? Our TDS, now it is a question of government machinery failure. I had approached written, it is a 100% system failure of the person runs away from a country. And I would say it is a lack of we people, law-abiding citizens, we get into a lack of confidence now that our law is not there to protect us. When the person goes away, and I have seen the airline, there was so much of load, and that airline cannot go into losses.
Sure.
Where the money had been put off.
You know, a picture speaks 1,000 words. A picture speaks 1,000 words, Mr. Rajashekharan. And we have one particular shot. Viewers, please look at this shot. This tells you everything. 1 second. Viewers, I will say nothing. I will not make a single comment on the people who are on this shot. But in this shot, you are seeing something. And in this visual, you perhaps see the whole story which we are talking about here today. There are some people you are seeing on this shot. They tell you the entire story of what is happening in this country. My lips are sealed tonight. People ask me, what are you reporting and why are you reporting so much on Vijay Mallya? What's your interest? Well, our interest is this, viewers. Our interest is the very fact that in this particular case, there are questions which emerge. My questions are the following. Why did the banks give Vijay Mallya the cushion to travel abroad at his own will and delay the appeal to stop him from defaulting? Let's keep the picture on the screen so viewers can think over this picture here while I'm asking the question. Was that because of this picture, because of his political connection? Jitendra Bhargava, you want to make a comment on this picture?
Absolutely.
What does this tell you?
Got it. There was a certain gentleman who was the minister extending all assistance, telling the oil companies, give him a longer rope, don't insist on payments. Airport authority, a similar kind of thing. As I said yesterday, CAG has brought out in its report, Airport Authority wrote off 172.69 crore in the year 13-14 out of the pending payments of 289 crore.
So you're saying earlier also he was being given a long rope even then?
This is of the previous payments.
Sure.
It took Airport Authority 2 years
but
to
if someone tells you, Jitendra Bhargava, what you're talking about is in the past. We want to know, why was Vijay Mallya, 1 second, why did the banks not appeal for freezing his assets and his passport in the first place?
You see, you can take it.
Is it part of the same story?
No, absolutely same story. Till 2014, they wouldn't have done it, number one. Number two, bank officials, including chairman, board of directors, are equally guilty of being pliable, listening to political pressure and extending loans. So unless you hang those people, they will not sing as to from where the pressure had come.
Well,
and this is what
I think
we need to get on.
By allowing Vijay Mallya to travel abroad, right now, Aryama Sundaram, if you're there, the government agencies have given him the power to delay proceedings further, adding to the woes of the lenders. While registering the case against Vijay Mallya on charges of money laundering under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, Why did the Enforcement Directorate not ensure his whereabouts and issue a notice for the same? So, you know, this system seems to be aimed at fooling people, giving them an impression they are working against Vijay Mallya while they are actually not. Yes, please. Aryama Sundaram.
Arnab, as far as I'm concerned, I've said this earlier, I'm repeating it.
Yeah.
You can never have direct evidence of a conspiracy, but the inferences which I draw here, according to me, are so clear that when I look at the entire scenario, I put all the pieces together. This is not possible without complicity, and complicity in all ways. And what really strikes me, and this I keep saying again and again, this is not something which happened yesterday. We talk about his having left on 2nd March. But well before that, he had been interrogated by CBI. Well before that, there were already notices issued by CBI. Well before that, the banks had already filed cases.
But
well
why did this government?
After the company
why did this government?
Aryaman Sundaram, they continued giving him money.
No, but Aryaman Sundaram, what was this government doing? Aryaman Sundaram, what was this government doing?
On the day when they actually moved court.
But Aryaman Sundaram, what was this government doing?
What was the government doing in the last 1.5 years? In the last 1.5 years, my answer is nothing. Nothing. That's the only word I can answer.
So we asked the question, Aryama Sundaram, in the context of Lalit Modi, we asked that between April and May 2010, Lalit Modi managed to flee the country despite holding charges of financial irregularities, rigging, fixing auctions, etc. On October 7, 2010, the Enforcement Directorate got a blue corner notice against Lalit Modi for breaching Fmr violations. The man had already gone. He'd packed up. He'd gone away. Yes. In this particular case, 6 years since the loans were extended to Mallya, 4 years, Aryaman Sundaram, since Kingfisher Airlines closure in 2012, that it owed an outstanding debt to a consortium of 17 banks. For 4 years, we allowed Vijay Mallya complete immunity by law. We allowed him. We allowed him.
With questionable loans being given, and with investigations going on, with notices being sent to the banks by the CBI, all this process takes 4.5 years. I mean, it is unbelievable. And all this goes on. And let's understand one thing. CBI made inquiries at the banks long ago. CBI interrogated Mallya many months ago. All this has been going on. Notices have been sent. And yet, nothing, no action is taken. And the same banks which are crying themselves hoarse today and going to the Supreme Court, the first time they moved such an application was on 2nd March.
Precisely.
What did they do before that?
Precisely. That's the precise point.
Took repeated adjournments before the tribunal.
Those banks,
what they did.
Those banks are not even answering now. When our reporters go to those banks, I want to share it with you, viewers.
A question to my
viewers, I want to share this with you. When we this story is being reported straightforward way, in a direct way by Times Now. And when the Newshour asks them for questions, the chairman of those banks, some of those banks, threatened to call the police to lock up my reporters. That's what they've been doing for the last 48 to 72 hours. Are they not answerable, Mr. Rajashekharan? Are we asking them something wrong, Bimal Soni?
To the countrymen of mine.
How many people will they lock up? How many reporters will they threaten?
I want to ask a question.
Bejon Misra? Yes, Mr. Rajashekharan.
You are doing the right thing.
That is very wrong.
You must expose them.
I strongly condemn that.
They must become accountable. All the bank chairmen must become accountable. All the board members of the banks have to be made accountable. We have to make sure that nobody, gets away, in this expose. We have to make sure that the people get punished for allowing such criminals to run away. So we have to be sure in terms of making them accountable to the citizens.
Yes, even the people who are responsible for Air India. The taxpayers' money were lost.
What Air India? That's what I meant. I am talking about Air India. But don't get Air India now. Let's talk about...
Let's talk. What was he doing then?
Of course.
Now he is preaching so much.
No, but don't bring Air India now. What we are trying to tell you, every bank has to be made accountable.
Air India also and taxpayers' money, sir.
Bimal Soni and Jitendra Bhargava. One second. Bimal Soni, please. Bimal Soni and Jitendra Bhargava, and then we close. Viewers, consider the striking similarities between the cases of Vijay Mallya and Lalit Modi to see how these so-called business tycoons, despite being accused of carrying out massive financial irregularities, are allowed to flee the country because our legal and political system allowed them to do so. Bimal Soni, and then I'm closing with you, Jitendra Bhargava. Bimal Soni and Jitendra Bhargava on the screen.
I told you the same thing earlier on also, Arnab, that the legal system of our country is being utilized for their personal ends. Morally, Mallya is wrong. He is trying to circumvent the legal system, and people are trying to protect him. Otherwise, he couldn't have done this thing for long.
Aryaman Sundaram.
The one who did not prosecute the case.
Aryaman Sundaram. Yes, Mr. Sundaram.
See, the fact, Arnab, it's all very well to talk about the legal system. The point here is there is a legal system. Why was it not approached? Why did the banks not take action earlier? Why did the CBI not on day one when the interrogation took place and they were not satisfied with the manner of his cooperation take action? There is a legal system. The legal system will work, but somebody has to go and approach it. The question we all ask is, what was this giant complicity of everyone that they sat so quiet for 7 years over this? And that is the question.
Yeah, in view of what is being said and what Mr. Aryaman Sundaram has very rightly said, there is an urgent need for course correction. You can't be trusting the banks to get Vijay Mallya back or get the money back. There is a need for a dedicated team which is fully accountable and spends all 24 hours with just one mission: to get Vijay Mallya back and get the money back for the country. Because if you allow Vijay Mallya to get away,
Congress government,
it will be a bad lesson for other corporates to swindle Indian banks.
The Congress government, if the Congress-led government let Lalit Modi escape, then the BJP government has let Vijay Mallya escape. If the BJP then questioned why Lalit Modi was allowed to escape under a Congress government, then why has the BJP government let Vijay Mallya escape? A picture, ladies and gentlemen, speaks a billion words in this case. And this is the picture of the day tonight. There needs to be someone who gets to the bottom of this story. Vijay Mallya has to be brought back with full due diligence. We need to get him back to this country to face justice. I thank you all for joining me on debate number 1 on the Newshour tonight. Thank you.